was not always the one we know today. I remember the days of peace. Families thrived, children played, and banquets were plentiful. The communities were kind, supportive, and sharing. The great invasion brought an end to the peace. Occupied with happiness, we forgot to learn how to defend ourselves. Led by General Adamance the Great, the vile Odogaria armies unfolded onto our coasts. Our army was crushed in a week. We were free citizens on the Monday and became slaves by the Sunday, serving foreigners we had never heard of. The Yuan dynasty was no more.
Come on, you. Hello and welcome to the streaming Parson Plays Rise Eterna. And while I just get Shining connected here, he'll be on shortly. When, there you go. It takes a while there, it takes a while there. Yo, you there? Is it working? I don't know if I can't hear him. Maybe he's not quite in yet. I did admit him in, so I don't know what's going on here. There you go. Maybe it's just a loading thing. Okay. Shiny, you there? Let's just get this thing sorted out before we actually start. We started a little bit late, but just how it be sometimes. Shiny, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Just make sure we're all geared up and ready to go, cause oh, a lot of background noise.
That's one of the things that that's.
Anyway. We're at that point where we're like, I have a feeling we gotta be close to the end of the game, right? Because you know we've kind of had the plot twist of the MacGuffins with the 5 sisters. We have like there's only really like the main enemy, like the deal with the invaders now, the Ethratians or whatever they're called, and we're at that point of the game. So unless there's like a huge war conflict, but
their commander or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean you can't really do much else as far as like the gameplay itself, because we're at that point where all of my most of my characters are pretty high level, so we gotta be Like, if it's not this stream, it's for sure next week's where we're gonna finish this game. Because I feel like we're close to the end of the game. Alrighty, so we're still at Fortes here. And here's the other thing too, like there's nowhere else on this map to go. I mean, it's very possible this may very well be the last fight, because there's nowhere else on this map to go, right? So, okay, before we get ambitious here, let's just take a quick look at my crew here. Okay. Just checking out my guys here for a sec. Okay. Went through all that already, so it looks like we're just gonna dive right into this. This may very well be the end of the game, and we might have a super short stream or something. I don't know, because I feel like there's not much else going on. Unless the game does a massive twist and like there's a whole other like set up, like a whole new part of the map we haven't uncovered yet or something. I don't know. But I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this thing. Adamant's office is... Sorry, wrong voice. Adamant's office is this way. Everyone, slice and dice. No questions asked. Damn, we're starting out strong here today.
Yeah. Yes!
He's through the door. Let's make him suffer.
I figured that you would pay me a visit.
Emperor Rudolph, is that you?
That's the kind of impression I was going for.
You and your men have terrorized this kingdom for far too long, Adamant.
On the contrary, we've saved this kingdom from marauders like you.
This is what you've turned us into. And we're leaving here with your head on a stick, Adamant.
It'll be a shame you all came just so far, just to fall, just to fail at my feet.
That's a weird way of saying it, but okay. Not likely. You'll be begging for your life at mine.
Are you willing to bet your life on it, little one?
I should be like doing a mustache twirl or something. any day of the week.
In that case, guards.
All right, defeat Adamant. Lua must survive. All right, seriously, cat. Make up your mind. Are you gonna sit here or not? Alrighty, so. Just thinking here. No Gale Force though, so that kind of sucks.
What do you mean no Gale Force? You have Sophie. Oh no, wait, never mind.
She's a demon.
At least Yag is accurate, so that's kind of nice. Can we go this way first, actually? Are you for real? I don't kill one hit? Okay, never mind.
It's okay.
Is that you didn't crit with a 91% crit? Are you for real? Go Yag! Bad is what that is. Didn't even kill. I should have checked if she could actually dance in that space. She can't. Oh my goodness, so bad. Dancer, what are you doing? Okay. Busted unit being broken. What else is new? Alright, dancer time. Should have really checked her movement first. But that's just me being bad at this game, I guess. Wow, are you for real? Please hit, please hit, please hit. Yeah, there you go. With like 5 support partners, right?
4, but yeah.
Alright. 91% crit. So broken. What is going on here? Sophie being the best unit. I just move Iana right there. Oh, what the heck? That's different. The music is totally different.
It's final boss music.
It's final boss music, which means this might be a short stream if we're already at the end of the game. I mean, if I had known that, I would have just finished it last week. Just fire at this guy. I'm gonna dance right here. Put Yeg right here. At least Yeg is accurate, and that's pretty good. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna get attacked by that dude, but I guess it can't be helped. Lula probably crits every single person with like 91 crit. Like, what is this? What is this? What is this madness? Oh wow, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy shining. He has 312 health, 78 attack, 39 defense, 16 agility. But he only has 6 move, and I mean, let's be real, I'm just gonna snipe him from the other side of this wall. Yeah. I'm just gonna put you here, actually. I mean, if all we have to do is just defeat the boss, we're just gonna do that, right? No, she didn't even kill, though. That's unfortunate. Anyway. Actually, we just have, Sarah Yed do this, just because it's safer. A door key? I don't even need it, like... Okay, and here's the other thing too. Why do games do this? Why are there treasure chests in the final fight of the game? Just kind of hanging out here. Like, I could open these things and then just get items I'm never gonna use. I mean, most items in this game I ended up not even needing because this game is... I mean, it's not meant to be a hard game, but, I mean, I breezed through it pretty easily. I mean, to be fair, the game also let me have ways of breaking this game completely, so there was that, but... Alright, first let's check your move. So I don't screw this up. The fact she has a 91 crit is just bizarre to me. It's almost silly. Okay, look how dumb this is. So I'm gonna dance right here, right? I'm gonna dance, and then I can just move her away, and she's safe. Oh my goodness, are you for real? Yes, I should have expected as much, that there'd be these kind of traps just kind of kicking around.
Really? They were like, yeah, you're having too much fun, buddy.
Yeah, they caught me there.
You're having too much fun there, buddy.
Having too much fun.
I'm ready to explain like huge chunks of the plot. That guy basically might have been the original main character.
All right, let's see. Just wait. Oh, there's an archer over there. Ah.
Hey, Vantage actually came in clutch. Okay.
Are you for real?
And
He doesn't mention all.
It's like they're just trolling me at this point.
It's like, oh yeah.
Memeing.
what's wrong with the story?
Just memeing on me. I wonder, are you good enough to actually kill here? Yes, he is. Yag being good. Okay, Lua being good as usual. Who's ready for the fun, though? You ready to just cheese this map, Shining? You ready for it? Yeah, we're ready for it, right? The boss is just gonna get sniped on this side of the door. Oh, whoops. I thought I hadn't moved her yet, so I was gonna heal, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna snipe him from here. Like, does this guy stand a chance? Like, no, he doesn't. Alright, let's just be careful of this guy's range here. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright, this guy's coming for me. Oh, not good enough, not good enough. Just realized that maybe having that pikeman there able to hit me like that is not a good idea.
you know,
I guess not for
Vantage
being good?
Vantage might actually be pretty good.
what the people of the back do is
Alright, let's heal up here.
what they want to do is pretty much make it so it's impossible.
I wonder if I can do it. No, I'm not strong enough yet. Oh my goodness. I haven't danced yet. I mean, if the mission is just to defeat Adamant, I could do that. I could just go in and do that now. Just go here. Let's dance. And then Lua finishes the job. Game already over. Yeah, whatever. You ready for the next plot twist, Shining? You ready for it? You ready for it?
Yeah,
I think I'm ready for
right.
it.
Alright, let's do it.
There you go. 2 aggressive potions, okay. 2 greater health, a master key. Game's not over yet, because why are we getting loot from the last boss if he was? For Nathiel! Okay. 2 days later. Oh. Okay. He was a great man. A great fighter. I'm sorry, Lua. It's okay. He's where he wanted to be. My head is just reeling from it all. I never would have killed the Pope if I'd... We couldn't have known that he was trying to lead a revolt against the Thracians, Lua. They shouldn't have kept us in the dark. If I had known what I was fighting for, I think we all would have acted differently if we'd known.
So the Pope was on our side? But I thought he experimented on us.
I guess in a way, he supported it. But from the documents I read in that lab at Divinus, it's like he didn't know the extent of it. That crazy scientist was doing all sorts of things to us behind his back. So, not black and white, basically, is what you're getting at. To try and paint the picture more morally gray and... Sure. The Pope was just trying to uproot the Ethratians. By using us. In a way, but his cause was justified. He wanted what we all did, to be free of the Ethratians. Well, he did a piss-poor job of it. I won't argue with that.
So, what next?
The Ethratians are in a rebuilding phase now. We took out a slice of their army during this whole ordeal. They probably had to reconstruct their entire leadership since we took down Adamanth.
Does that mean Ruth will be in power now?
I thought we killed her. Didn't we kill Ruth though?
I don't remember.
I thought we did. I don't know. So we're back to square one. They are. Doesn't mean we are. We know we can take on the Ethratians. The Pope and his program made sure we could. So that brings us back to the question, what now? We're going to save the nation! I'll fight tooth and nail to protect it. Careful, Lua. You're starting to sound like Nathiel. Do you... What is it? Do you think he's proud of me? I wouldn't consider anything else. I'm going to take back this nation, because the game ain't over yet, I guess. For Nathiel.
We can't.
What?
No, we haven't killed God yet.
I guess not. For Nathiel. For Nathiel.
For Nathiel.
And for the Ars Ray Kingdom. Alright, the epilogue. Epilogue! Blood is the cost of freedom. In Ars Ray, like in every country, a group of courageous fighters, bound by their journey and united in mourning, is about to create a better future for the people of Ars Ray. They are determined to draw a line under the plan so many sacrificed for. A lot of people put their lives in danger. So many died, and now it's time for the 5 girls to write history in the memory of Nathiel. What? So this is how Lua's journey ends. What? She saved her country and managed to bring peace to a shattered... What? We skipped all of that? What's going on here? She met a family she never had before. She discovered an unexpected yet unbreakable bond with someone she won't soon forget. They rode together, Whoa, bad grammar there! It's not the destination, it's the journey, and the people you're traveling with. And why is the text moving so fast? Rise Eterna, and there's some characters I never got, so...
Who are these people?
I know, right? The end? What do you mean the end?
like there are some people here that we've never seen. Hello.
Oh, okay. I'm taking him. I'm taking him back. That was kind of an abrupt way is the word I'm thinking of ending the game like that. Like, yeah, they're gonna fight the rest of the Eurasian army. Why don't we just do that? Oh wait, music. It's not bad though. I like it. Right, the game only had one voice actor, Corral. Oh, and then the game does the whole, like... You could look for the secret content and stuff, but I would... Like, okay, I'm gonna just put this out there. This game is almost Thracia levels of cryptic. Not quite. But, like, there's 3 characters I'm missing. I never got them because... I guess you have to find them or something, but... Like, the hell would I know what to do?
How do you find them, though?
I think, like... In some of the maps... There's probably like... There's probably a fair amount of like secret passages you can find, or you have to fulfill some kind of requirement. I don't know. Maybe different maps had different special objectives, but the game never tells you. Which is one of those things about video games I actually don't like. And it's maybe this is just me being a boomer and being bad at video games or something. But I kind of like a game to be direct with me if there are secret objectives like that. Because the game did say at the beginning, oh, you could find secret routes and secret objectives and stuff like that. But after that, the game gives you no clue. You're just kind of like, oh yeah.
Okay, so the 3 hidden... So... To get one of the 3 hidden characters, you need to...
Oh, are you looking this up right now?
Yeah, you need to head to the You need to replay mission 3.
Ah, shit, which one's that one? This one?
I think so.
Let's find out. Let's go check it out, because, I mean, we're basically done the game. We're only half an hour at the stream, so, like... Oh, wait, no, I think... Is it this one? Well, no, this is... No, this is mission 0. 1, 2, 3. This one's 3.
Okay, this one's... Once the map begins, you should see a scene with her. You'll have to fight your way through the replay map. After that, she'll explain that she's looking for her friends and show up in your hero roster.
Oh, okay. So yeah, here's the cutscene now. I would have just been faster on my own. Oh, hi, Nathiel, you're back. What did you say, Lua? Slow down a little. You're so far ahead. I wouldn't be if you all stepped it up, even the teensiest bit. Why are you in such a rush? Shut up. Get down.
What is it? Oh, hi, Salty. Been a while since you have screen time.
I think I see someone up ahead.
Yes, you tend to come across other people on a journey across the entire kingdom.
I recognize her armor. I think that's a Thracian armor. It looks like it. Come on, let's stay clear of her.
Wait, what is she doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
Hell if I know. Yeah, that's weird. The Empire doesn't post soldiers out here.
What's that in her hand?
It looks like a map that I can somehow see from a distance.
So apparently this character deals like a lot of AoE damage.
Oh, it's a mage character. The character that I needed but never got. Okay, I see how it is. Yeah, she's probably staking out a place for the army. Let's go. Yo, you got some lines.
Maybe she's lost?
It's not our problem, Sophie.
Hello, miss?
God, are you for real? Sophie! Oh my god. The fan service character I see. I wouldn't know what kind of voice to give her. Stop right there. Stop right there. Who are you? We could ask you the same question. Are you with the Empire? What would we? You're the one with the Empire's armor. It's the only kind I have. I guess I can just wear yours after I slaughter you.
Wait, we just want to help you.
Help me? Why?
You look lost.
I am, but I prefer it that way. Why? Are you trying to hide from someone? I defected from the Empire. You defected? Yes, me and a couple of my friends. We all agreed to meet. Well, I thought here, but no one showed up. But why? I won't be part of what the Empire is doing, and I couldn't keep being a pawn of their sick game. Sorry to break up your little chit-chat, but we have bandits inbound. Defeat all enemies, at least one character must survive. Okay. And yay, look at this, it just gives me my current team with no Nathiel. And the girl disappears, what? Okay, so for real though, I mean, I guess the game kind of wanted you to replay every mission at least once as you were going through the game, but that would be a lot of unnecessary grinding, and I mean, I beat the game pretty easily without any of that. So I found no incentive to do these kind of like going back to doing older missions or whatever. But then it's like, oh, that's the way you have to find these secret characters or whatever. Although I was happy that Nathiel had lines again, because it's fun to just use my normal voice for a change. Let's just kill this guy. She probably can't reach there, can she? Oh, she can. Yank being good, go. Sophie being broken, what else is new?
That you cannot do that.
Oh. Oh. Let's dance here. I think she can just take care of both of these guys, honestly. She'll be fine. Ooh. Remember when I said I wish I could do something when I first came here? Well, guess what? I can do it now! Ah ha ha! Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Alright. Let's let these guys come at me. Bad. Bad. Vantage being good. Wow. Why is this character so dumb? Like, look at this. This is a massacre going on here. And put you right here.
So broken.
Hmm?
So broken.
Not even fair. Oh, what? Are you for real, my guy? Do you have a pickaxe? I do. Flawed topaz, regular attack ruby. Okay, the regular ruby's not bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Sarayet being useful there. Look at Sophie, just like, I'm just gonna send him here, just shoot everybody down. And just wait here. I did have to clear all enemies though, so... Just send you in here like this. Alright. I don't know if I want to really bother that much with down here. I mean, I'll just send, oh my goodness, are you for real? I see how it is. Let's do this. Okay, shoot this guy. Put you right here. Just need to get you in position, really. I'm gonna dance right here. Sophie is like so good though. Like, this is almost not even fair. I mean, it basically isn't fair. There's not a single enemy that can stand a chance of that. Okay, can he attack Sophie? No, he can't. Okay, just send you over. And let's just wait. That is what that is. Alright, take out this guy. Is that a 99% crit chance? Did you see that? What even are these numbers? Why are they so ridiculous? Hiya! And then, yeah, Sarayet just shooting, stabbing this guy. Shoot this guy. Oh, nothing she can really do. And dance. Whoops. Fire! Let's just send Sarah yet in. And there you go. And then take out this guy. And then Yag takes out this guy. You know, one of the weird things though is that like the game made this whole shtick about like, oh, we're gonna fight the Thracians, and it's like, oh, you only fight them for like a little bit at the end of the game. It's not like a big epic kind of showdown. It kind of just dies on a whimper. You know what I mean? Are you for real? Okay. Oh, she can't even fight. I see how it is. Alright, nice and easy.
Kind of cringe.
What's kind of cringe?
Kind of cringe.
How bad these guys are? Yeah. Okay, he's gonna attack. Yeah, whatever. And the fact that Lua has 99% crit is just kind of ridiculous. Alright. Whack this dude. I don't really need to worry about picking up the items. It's not like I need any of it anyway.
Wow, that's not
Might as well pick this up just because. One water. I mean, I hardly ever needed to make potions and stuff like that. Once I got Sothi, like, his plus range and stuff like that. Oh, there's that guy down there. Okay, yeah.
You saw that? You saw the fucking demons go through there?
Anyway, whoops.
The road demons,
And turn.
it's back there, and then there's another road demons behind that.
Alright. Actually, before I have Lua kill her, I'm just gonna pick up these items. See if there's anything useful in here. Probably not, but one static shock. One. Whoa, the explosive bomb 3 is not bad. One door key. One master keys are good though. I've never needed to use one though. That's the funny part. Or maybe I have used them, but thanks for your help. The person who didn't appear on the map.
The person who didn't.
Okay, am I supposed to pronounce it as Sahel? Is it Satchel? Is it Sackle?
I'm going Satchel because
I don't know. It's either we go like the Germanic Sahel. We go Satchel, because that's what most people would probably assume it is. You go Sackle, like, you know, Michael. So which is it? I'm gonna go with I think it actually is supposed to be Sahel though. Sahel. Right, Sahel. It's been a pleasure, but I really do need to find my friends. Wait, what if you came with us? We could help you find your friends, and you could help us fight if we run into trouble along the way. Safety in numbers, after all.
safety in numbers and all that.
Well, yeah, I guess. Why not? Like, how would I have known to come back here just to pick up this character? But let's go
Alright,
check her out.
Let's check out her skills.
So she has
Oh,
2
she has
range
a lot of
though.
attack. She has a lot of attack.
Yeah,
Like-
but not that much more than like some of the other characters. But I mean, if I had gotten her earlier, then yeah, she would be. Okay, Sahel was an Athrasian soldier who went rogue and is a commendable leader of a small mercenary team comprised of defected Athrasian soldiers. She sticks religiously to her values of honesty and integrity, and for this reason, she defected from the Athrasians. She realized that what the Athrasians were doing to the Ars Rare kingdom was wrong, and she wouldn't stand for it anymore. Okay. We got some regular rubies. Like, the only one that's of value is like this one, but whatever.
The regular ruby.
Yeah, the one that gives you +3 attack. Because the other stuff is kind of like, I don't need that. Could raise
I don't
stats,
need
but
it.
not like it even matters. Alright, let's check her. Whoa, 25 points. That's a lot of hero points. But anyway, preparation. There's at least one enemy within 4 tiles. Increases all statistics by 5% each turn, up to 5% until the end of the turn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it goes up to 25% though.
Oh,
That's
she has
okay.
I think she has extra movement.
No. She just. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Increase move or attack. Oh, that's a tough one. Well, let's check out this other stuff first. Dagger Swarm. Attacks target all units adjacent to the target. Oh, okay. Interesting. Focus Fire. Damage made to the target increased by 30%. Damage made to the character surrounding the target increased by 20%. Family Bond. Supports with Yakim and Zephyriel increased. So, the other characters I didn't get are basically Athrasian defects. And there's probably a subplot, but I never bothered getting it. Dagger Swarm. Attacks affect all units diagonally in relation to the target. That is powerful on paper, but it's probably really hard to control. Like, how you even like position enemies that way and whatnot. I don't know, this is just an interesting concept to me. Her ultimate here?
Yeah.
Attacks affect all units diagonally in
so-
relation to the target. Like I said, it's powerful on paper, but once again, it's all positioning. So if your positioning isn't good enough, then it's
Oh, yeah.
kind of meh. You know what I mean?
Focus Fire.
Just because you can. Yeah, whatever. She's alright.
so-
Like, if I had gotten her early in the game, I think she could have gotten me out of some tight spots.
So to get Zephyriel, you need to go to map 15. This map, this is the map directly west of Divinus.
That's this one. Alright, we're just gonna pick up these other characters, because, I mean, we might as well. We got nothing better to do right now.
We can.
We can't be very far now.
She's right. We've got to be nearing the entrance.
In due time, girls. It's just over.
You can take this one.
No. No one is going anywhere.
Who are you?
I have no time for your petty questions. Well then, what do you want? Information. Well, we haven't got any for you. Sorry. Behind you.
Defeat all enemies. Yeah. I guess I could have brought Sahel and tested her out this map, but too late.
Actually, it says you can't have her in your active party.
In order to reach any of these maps?
Yeah.
That's kind of
like,
weird, but okay.
to get these replay maps, you can't have them in your party.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you can't have them like in your like out of like your 6 slots. They can't be in. They have to be like benched.
That's kind of weird for these.
For these 3, yeah, I know.
That's
I don't
very
know why
that's
it's
very
like that.
strange.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, let's just blaze through this.
But you could do that with that. I would feel like
Let's just go here. Let's dance here. Couldn't dance all of them because I didn't position properly, but that's okay. Not the biggest of my worries. These guys stand no chance, so whatever, just shoot this guy like this.
I just want to let you know it's fucking insane. This one's on the 90.
Yeah, and the whole thing that's like super weird is the whole like. Once again, there would be no way of me knowing to do this. And I guess my principle of like, oh, I don't want to grind, ended up. I don't know, preventing me from getting these characters. Okay, just stab this guy. Lua does so much damage, what the hell? Just stacked. Calves are bad in this game. They don't move fast for some stupid reason. Okay, we're just gonna not pick up the items. Because I don't think it's necessary. Oh, are you for real?
Gotta love these traps, am I right?
I know, right? Oh my god. Why? Why do you do this to me sometimes?
We just actually
Come on, crit! Oh. Hiya!
Also, if you're better at playing SMG, well, yeah.
Okay, now this guy's gonna come attack me.
It's like telling a person
Ha!
who's played Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter on the PS2, and they play Monster Hunter. Well,
Alright, take out this guy.
all the tricks.
How are you not critting with 87%? I don't even know anymore.
Okay, no, this is. So no, let me explain.
Okay, fire away. Jag being good though.
Oh!
I'm gonna dance here.
I'm
What's up?
gonna.
You know, like all the tricks.
That's one thing I'm gonna miss.
Just the death sounds of these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
After today, you won't get to hear it anymore.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, it is almost comical.
It was a lot of fun because you guys got catchy.
Come on, crit. This is what? No. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Bad. Oh, I'm taking a bit of damage there. Okay. All right. Hiya! Better not be a trap here. All right, that's good. Look how stupid this dance is. Like, I can dance and then go like way further than I started. Like, it's even more broken than Kanto, because it's like, it's just move again, and it's so strong. Like, who thought this was okay? Alright, let's pick up some coal, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna have Lua just, like, handle all of these guys. Because I need Sothi over here to shoot guys over here on this side of the wall. Because you can just do that. Well, what, she didn't get to a counterattack that time? Oh well. Attack! Yeah! 12 damage! Okay, fire at this guy. Okay, put you in position. Yeah, and the fact that like your guys get to move again when you do certain actions, you can do all kinds. Like, it makes it so easy to do the like 4-person dance thing, which just makes dancing so much more stupid in this game. All right, let's Oh my goodness, are you for real? Okay, we better take this part slow then. Don't want to stupidly get myself killed because of carelessness. Hello, Swear Jar. Welcome to the stream. Fire! Oh my goodness, are you for real? What's good? That's a good question. Good questions all. Ugh. Get stuck in that stupid spike trap. That's what's not good. Alright, for real though. I'm so sick of these dumb traps. Okay, looks like down here is not that booby-trapped, but the game could very well just be lying to me. Whatever, let's do this thing. Are you for real? I'm 1 damage short? Never mind. Critical hit for the save. Alright, just shoot that guy down. I put my guys in bad positions, huh? Alright, let's dance here. Are you winning? I mean, we already beat the main game, so we're just trying to pick up all the secret characters right now. I mean, the game isn't even that hard. Hey, Virgil. Welcome. Alright. This is such crappy positioning. Wow, are you for real? Are you for real? You're for real. Alright, let's just hit this guy. I don't know how I feel about moving Sarah yet in though. I guess I don't have much of a choice. Alright, let's just move you back one square. Let's just gather here, I guess. Oh, nice. The thing did not deteriorate. Jag is gonna be here for a while. The real question, though, Shining, is what to do after I'm done this game. Yeah, you remember when I played Fire Emblem? That was a while ago. That was a while ago. I mean, almost a year ago was when I played Fire Emblem. 3 houses on the channel. It's so weird to think that, like, wow, 2021 sure went by pretty fast. Yeah, I think I can make this work. I'm just setting up my dance here. So if your English is not good, that's fine. I can understand what you're saying. I'm a smart cookie. I know what's up. Wait. Oh yeah, forward-way dance. You ready for it? You ready for it? Yeah, ready for it. Alright, we got that one done. And whack this guy. You know, I thought Yag would actually not be a good character. I mean, to be fair, there wasn't any deployment slots for him originally. But he's actually pretty good because he's accurate. And you know accuracy is the most important stat in this game. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, just wipe. We're just gonna wipe these guys clean quickly. Oh, for real? Right. Do I have anything good to use though? Not particularly. That is some weenie dog nonsense, but whatever. I'll just roll with it.
So this is like another thing
What?
about
Oh.
this, that you can't have like the central.
Oh no, I did that wrong. Oh no, Sophie might die.
Oh yeah, these are different cuts.
Oh crap. Okay, he's fine.
Living.
He's fine. It's hard to like tell when it's like my Kanto move or if it's like I've used the dance. I guess I should keep track of that better. Not like it matters at this point in the game, but fire. Okay. You know what's so cheap, Shining?
What's up?
I get to heal and shoot twice in one turn. You know how stupid that is?
If he's mad about it,
Alright, you're ready. You're ready for some sick action here.
I don't know. I think he might be
Oh,
playing
I
the
think
wrong
I
part or this.
overplayed my part there.
Might be the thing because you can't sit there. Like I said, you can't sit there and just talk about it.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Put Sophie here. Put Ellis here. Dance here. You're welcome, Virgil. You're welcome. And then move here to attack. I think it's fine here. Excuse me. All right. Right. Are you? Oh my goodness. Is someone talking? Well, unfortunately, Shining's like microphone has it's too sensitive, and so he picks up like people talking in the background. This is gonna hurt. Vantage, go. I'll just use Yag to pick stuff up because he's not really doing anything. Flawed ruby. What's all these flawed gems? They're so bad. Alright, let's just heal. Okay. I think I have an idea here. Whack! Alright. I'm just trying to position my guys properly. Of course, I realized she can't even go that far anyway, so... I think it's here. And then you go here. You go here. Please don't let there be any traps. Okay, we're good. And there you go. And then we're gonna dance here. Four-way dance is just so silly. Look at this. Look at this! It's just dirty. Alright, let's heal up here. And then I can just move Ellis to safety. The ability to move again, like tactics games try to avoid doing that. Because they know how broken it is.
Not this tactics game.
Not this game, I guess.
And also,
Okay, he's gonna fire me, yeah, whatever.
You know, dance 4 people, pretty good.
A hemostatic, poison bomb level 1. I used the key for that. Like, it's almost not even worth using chest keys to unlock some boxes, because they give you useless items like that. Oh, I'm ready.
Oh shit.
What? Something happened over there?
No. I'm scrolling through heroes right now.
Oh yeah, what's on the 411?
So you know how...
Oh, are you for real? Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Dude. Come on. I mean...
Sorry, go on.
To be fair to us, we've already been on this map, so we should probably know that we should
I'm not gonna remember where these traps are a few weeks later. You know I can't be bothered to do that.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to remember where stuff is. Anyways, go on.
So we know. So yeah, we know we know Creed and Air are getting their remixes.
That already know.
It also. But yeah, the notification talks about the other units that are the other mythics.
Oh, you didn't know that? Like Alm is on there, Yune is on there, Duma's on there.
Duma's on there. Naga's on there.
Yeah, Naga is the other one. There you go. And then Alm is on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people are gonna hate what happens when they pump up Alm, because I'm ready for it. I don't know about you, but I'm ready.
Honestly, I feel like Alm's like I think Alm as a legendary unit still holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs a.
Well, guess what? He's getting one anyway. What's that?
God, Lunar Flash 2. What's that gonna be like?
It's gonna be sick. All right, let's Actually, I'm gonna put him here. Attack from. Oh, are you for real?
Gonna be like Luna plus Regnal Astra.
Can I hit that guy from here? I can. I can try. Come on, come on, you can do it. Oh, come on.
I think the mythic remix that scares me the most is Duma.
Not really. Blow up more buildings or something? I don't know. That guaranteed critical follow-up is just so strong.
That almost killed.
Yeah. Before I had to cheese this guy to kill him. Now I still cheese him to kill him. I was trying to be clever there, and I realized I'm like, no, using the four-way dance is still cheesing. Oh, did I miss someone? Oh right, I just had to walk out.
That guy over there, up on the left side.
Oh my goodness, can't believe I missed that. All right. Like this. There you go. Got him.
I got the secret ending of my first
Alright,
movie,
now
and I
tell
watched
me,
the video.
have you seen a woman
Yeah.
in your travels?
Yep. Dude, that is the most
Jake.
useless question you could possibly ask.
I mean,
Exactly! Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
I've seen many women. You'll have to elaborate.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
She's a dagger thrower, about my height. Would probably have tried to kill you if you came across her. Oh, you mean Chate? No, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother. Just keep it. Just move on. Just move on.
Sahel, I think is how it's pronounced.
Yes, we were supposed to meet up here in Divinus, but
Well, I guess someone messed up on the communications, huh?
she said you were supposed to meet her near the cliffs of Gaiacus. Shit, maybe she did say that.
Dumbasses.
Stupid.
They're just as bad.
Well, where is she now? She's just over there keeping guard. Thank you, travelers.
Throws him a double summon device. He was like, I don't know what this is. And
Alright, where's the last one?
The last guy.
that's what he doesn't mention that yet.
Alright,
So
so.
like it's also just disingenuous to that guy's fucking point of view.
Alright.
He said that people who are weak and who are low lives will sit there and
He's in map 21, which is directly north of Fortes.
and in the perspective
Yeah, like I was gonna do that. I mean, like I was gonna do that
that world society, that
right after Nithio died. But anyway,
I agree with him.
before we check that out, let's take a look at his bio.
Saying that, like, you should do that here, but in SMT, absolutely.
Uh,
Why the fuck should I be
Zephyriel? Zephyriel.
I'm fighting for you.
Zephyriel, that's how you say it. Zephyriel is a member of Sahael's mercenary tribe. He is cold, calculated, and sticks to his values of strength, honesty, and humility.
It says that he's an archer that's also capable of healing allies.
Oh,
Okay.
so I should explain the
So basically, if I had known to get him earlier, I could have benched Ellis and used him instead. Let's check out his skills. Oh, he has this. I think that all three of them will have preparation.
And everyone defends their country. Everyone has like the
Increases crit rate by 30%.
Oh my god.
Every attack, heal, are more
It's
effective.
50% and more effective.
Everyone's all powerful.
Okay, healing circle. At the end of Zephyriel's turn, heals adjacent allies and enemies by 2. Whatever. Damages everyone around him. I don't know how I feel about that. He's got the family bonds with Yakum and Sahel. And finally, Repentance. When using his ultimate,
The character.
I mean,
becomes
I
a
thought that's
healer.
what this is. But anyway, the character becomes a healer. All damages are inverted and now heal the target? Oh, okay. Oh, that's an interesting concept. So basically you can like,
Huh.
you use a turn to just turn them back and forth between an archer or a healer. It's kind of not that good. Now that I think about it. Like, his abilities are kind of all over the place. You know what's so stupid?
What?
If you get both of these, they cancel each other out.
Yeah.
What a, like, bad unit right there. It's official. Bad unit.
Alright,
Alright, let's go pick up the last guy. Check him out. I know, that was so, like... That was really underwhelming. Oh, it's the Theo. He's got lines again, even though he's dead. But let's roll with it. I mean, at least I get to do Nithiel's more sarcastic voice. Yeah, it should be around here somewhere. What the hell? That's kind of random. That is fantastic news. Really? You don't seem that thrilled. Oh, I apologize. My stoic demeanor tends to make some quite uneasy. That's okay, I guess. Just try to, well, I don't know, smile or something. Okay, we could try again later. What do you mean? I'm smiling right now. Well then. You're doing a great job, buddy. Then wait.
What is it?
There are a group of men, heavily armed, about 43 meters from here. They are waiting to ambush us. How can you even tell that? Duck, now. Beat up people, let's do this thing. Oh wow, they're all around us.
All around me are...
There's even a guy right in the middle of the... Oh, he picked a really...
Wait.
He picked a really bad place to spawn, though.
How did this guy get here?
Don't even matter. Because he's dead.
We're holding him hostage. That's what I like to think.
Don't even matter, though. Like, you ready for some cheese? You're always ready for some cheese, right? Oh my goodness, that's so sad. Never mind. Crit, take care of the job. Like, that guy was in the worst position. I just wiped a whole bunch of guys out, and then we're gonna four-way dance, right? Four-way dance. You stay here, you stab this guy. Alright, we're gonna go down first, actually. You know, honestly, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something fun. You ready for a shining? I'm just gonna have Lua just solo this whole area down here. She's gonna vantage all these guys anyways, so yeah. Alright, go Yag. Swing! Ew, bad. Okay, hopefully I don't get punished here. That's kinda not good, but we'll try it anyway. Uh-oh. Alright. Shoot that guy. I guess we'll go back here. And all these guys are just gonna get wasted by Lua. Ow. Uh-oh.
You know, like, would like the way Vantage is worded, it made it seem like, you know, like when you're able to counterattack, you'll be able to counterattack first. But I think it just, like, whenever Vantage just procs, it just guarantees that you attack, like that you counterattack.
Yeah, that could very well be the case. Alright. Ellis took a lot of damage though. I kind of put in a really...
It's like Lewis been counterattacking a lot more.
Ever since, yeah.
Often. Yeah, ever since she got Vantage. So it's just like...
Kinda not good here. Okay, attack this guy. Shoot this guy. Doesn't really matter. And then
That's so dumb. You could just hit two people at the same time, get dance, and then hit them again.
yeah,
Kill them both at the same time.
yeah. The dance is just so good. She like opens so many other capabilities for other characters as well. I mean, that's what makes dancers so good in general in like these kind of games. Because it's not just like, oh, they give someone extra turns. They allow new possibilities for those characters as well. Like, you ready to see more of that? Oh yeah, it's about to happen. Alright. Oh, I couldn't make it. That's okay. I'll fight here. Okay. I'm ready, I'm ready. We're gonna use, I don't really need any of these. Damn. And I don't have a bomb, do I? Okay, I know what to do. Okay, paralyze this guy. Shoot this guy. Get him. Get Sophie in this spot. Dance! Dancing is just so cheap in this game, dude. Like, this is just like beyond mean. You know what I mean? This is just like beyond mean. Alright. Shoot this guy. And then whack these guys. Oh, I could have done that a little better, but whatever. Let's just put him here. And heal up. Oh, he didn't want to attack? That's fine. Works for me. I guess Ellis will open these boxes for me. What? Stupid. Anyway, let's get out of here. Alright, shoot this guy. And then we're gonna move him up here. Just use that potion just in case. Not like I need it, but whatever. Dance here. Open this box. A strength potion, yeah, whatever. 5 guys left on the map. There are more of me than them. Explosive bomb, I'll
You can
take it.
attack someone from all the way over there?
Yeah, 7 range, dude. That's how 7 range works. Kinda stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Covered in boots. And he was saying that this
Whack. This guy will probably attack Lua, right? Lua's gonna kill him, so who cares? And then I just shoot this guy. Pick up that treasure. Okay.
Nice.
Nice crit. I like it. A crit being useful. Let's just dance here. I only need to dance to one guy, cause
yeah.
and then this guy's just gonna suicide on Lua. Huh, good spot back there. Thank you. Thank you. How about you stick around us for a while? We could use your skills. I don't foresee a problem with that. Well, that was really short. Oh. See, now they talk to each other. I said we will regroup at the cliffs of Gallico. What was so hard to understand about that?
Well, I distinctly remember us agreeing on Divinus.
Why would we go to Divinus, Zeph? It's teeming with Athrasians.
That's why I remember it, because I remember thinking it's gonna be hard with all the Arthrixians.
I am done having this conversation. We all made it back together, and I guess that's the most important thing. Thank you all. There's no way I found these two dillweeds without you. That's a weird thing to call people, but okay. Oh, please. We should be thanking you all for your help along the way. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we'd have been goners a long time ago if it weren't for you.
Sure, let's go with that.
I guess this is where we part ways then. It doesn't have to be. Lua's right. Join us for the rest of our journey. You guys could teach some Thracians a lesson. That would be thoroughly fulfilling. You know, I love using like that expression, like it would be thoroughly, like adding thoroughly as an adverb like that. So I like this guy. Why the hell not? Let's do this, gang. Short interlude of unlocking all 3 characters.
Yeah.
There you go. I got every character now.
Alright,
Let's check out his biography. Yakum is a member of Sahail's mercenary tribe. He is shy but fierce, and he too sticks to his morals like Sahail. So I'm not even consistent with it. To Sahail. He values compassion, humility, and honor.
Jam is Rise Eterna's resident thief unit and is capable of stealing and later mugging enemy units.
But you get him so late in the game, so like... How many... Like, can he open chests without keys?
Check his skill tree and see.
You probably can now that I've...
If he does.
I would be so mad, dude. Learns the steal ability.
Concentrate.
If steal fails, reattempt up to... He can retry a pit pocket. Chances of better stolen items. Bonus. After a successful steal, he inflicts a critical attack that cannot be countered. So yes, that's really good. I can get loot from people while hitting them.
You steal from someone and then you stab them and then you backstab them.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's good.
That's
funny.
He can increase his movement. But I assume he doesn't have a lot of attack. He only has 42. He has nothing here that increases his attack. I mean, the crit is nice, so I guess that makes up for it. If you wanted to be a real stickler, you just stack this guy with attack gems, and then you steal, and then you crit kill them.
Right? Like...
That's how you would use this guy, I assume. Pick up steal. I like the chances of go up. And a fun way to play is to have all 3 of them work together, although the archer guy is not very good.
Yeah.
But
I think just having 2 of them is fine.
Yeah. I mean, even Sahail's like okay though. She's not like super good, but Yakum is good though. Like this is actually a good unit. The only problem is he would join so late. Like look at this. Like he basically joins before the final dungeon is when he shows. And so
the Nino problem.
I mean, it's worse than Nino. It's like At least Nino has like 5 chapters to work with.
He
This
only
guy has like,
one,
well, I
two,
guess it's
three,
4. Yeah, so I guess it's about
Yes,
the
it's
same.
not. It's not much. It's not much worse.
And I guess like in this game, since character like his level would kept up with the game's progression, so he actually would have started at level 21. Because we have to exclude the 4 from here. He would have started at level 21, which would have gotten most of his skills. So basically, I would not have gotten like this at level 21, but that's still really good. So I think Yakum is actually pretty good out of these units. But aside from that, like, the archer guy is kind of bad.
Maybe not.
And then Sahel's like, okay.
No, that's a good question.
I mean, she would have been nice to have at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But
knew-
if I knew that she was there and where to get her, she actually would have been pretty useful early in the game. But I feel like she would have fallen off later in the game. But I mean, that's okay. She has like good early game utility with this, but like this is kind of useless. This is okay. Like this is like the problem with the dagger storm is that it's really hard to control, so it's not reliable. But like she does good damage. And then I found that I ended up using Sarah yet after all because her like accuracy was actually really good, and she can hit 2 tiles, so she actually proved to be a lot better. Even though I found her sacrifice ability being basically useless, and these things were not that useful either. So here's our MVP though, straight up. Okay, like I guess I could do a little like analysis
Tier
of.
list. A tier list.
Maybe we'll do that at some point. I mean, we'll kind of do that. I don't have a tier list thing with me right now. And I'm pretty sure no one made like an online tier list of characters in this game. So we'll kind of go through each unit. We'll rate them from F tier to at worst, and S tier are our tops. So we have Lua. Lua being the main character, you have to use her basically every chapter, and you might as well because you get a point every chapter you complete. And so she'll get all her abilities, and her abilities are actually not bad.
Yeah, I know.
So Lua she's actually very useful because she gets the like the protection. I thought was kind of like whatever, but this ensures that your lord doesn't die, which is actually kind of nice. Having Vantage and Perceptive is not bad. The follow-up attack, even though Lua gets hers kind of late, it's still good once you get the follow-up attack to 4 points, because that means she doubles. And she hits pretty hard, so the fact that you have a hard-hitting character like Lua, double, is really good. Because I find that, yeah, it's true that I did stack her with like all my strength buffs and strength gems and stuff like that, which did make her way better than she probably normally is. But the fact that you can have a hard hitter like Lua, and then you can have her double and crit all like very frequently, makes her a very good unit. But the other thing that makes her good is that she starts at base with high movement. So Lua is very agile as well. I kind of wish in this game there was a more like calculated way of making counterattacks work, because then it would make me better judge abilities like these. But I mean, at the end there, Lua was just counterattacking everything, so maybe Vantage also affects how often she counterattacks, and that actually makes her pretty good. I would give Lua probably a I'm not gonna say she's an S tier because her ability to kill stuff as easily as she does is from me strength stacking her, and it was she's a good unit to do that with because you have to use her. But even if you don't strength stack her like I did, I think she's still an A tier unit because she has high mobility and she can crit often. So with that said, I put Lua as an A tier unit. Rose. Rose is a bad unit. I thought she was going to be good at first, because I thought that, you know, a unit that can attack people and drain life would be a good unit. I thought that at first. And you think of like some other games that allow for that. The Vampiric Touch being extremely powerful. But the problem with Rose is, one, unlike most tactic games, you don't even know how, like, once again, I still don't know how counterattacks work in this game. It seems almost completely random. And if the counterattacks are random, then a unit like this is not reliable. So in contrast, we'll use, and I mean, let's be real, like Shining and I have been doing this from the get-go. We've been comparing this game to Fire Emblem because it's a tactical RPG, so it plays a lot like Fire Emblem, which is a tactical RPG. And so we've made a lot of comparisons. And if you look at Fire Emblem, they have clear examples of where this kind of concept works and where it doesn't work. And the reason why in Fire Emblem they have to rebalance Nosferatu tanking is because in Fire Emblem, counterattacks are ensured basically. As long as you have, you know, the weapon has the right range, you always counterattack. So melees will always counterattack each other, range usually counterattack each other. But in this game, counterattacks are not certain. So when it comes to life drain tanking, you kind of need that whole guaranteed knowledge of you will counterattack in order to make a unit like Rose work. So once again, this is why in Fire Emblem, the Nosferatu tanking strategies get rebalanced from game to game. Because in some games it's like, you know, you make Nosferatu have a lot of weight, so you can't double with it, or you're likely to get doubled, which makes Nosferatu tanking unreliable. Then you run into games like Awakening, where Nosferatu tanking is super broken because you can buy Nosferatu, it doesn't slow you down, and Dark Mages are really strong. And then Fire Emblem Fates balance that by saying, okay, you can't double with this thing, because that's just unfair. And stuff like that. But in this game, you don't even have to consider any of those balancing issues because you run into the big problem of the life-draining tank. And that is, I'm not even sure I'm going to counter, which is what life-draining kind of really relies on. And so I found Rose to be a bad unit because of it. And on top of this, Rose wasn't even, like, accurate in her attacks. She was actually fairly inaccurate. I missed quite a bit with her attacks. And that's why I benched her pretty quickly. So I'm giving her a D rank. She is one of the worst characters I ran into, because I had high hopes, and those hopes were quickly shut down. I don't know where Shining went. Shining, you there? He must have went somewhere. I don't hear him. I don't hear his background noise either. So I'll just keep talking about these units. But Rose she's a low tier.
Oof.
Because her unreliability, and your counterattacks aren't guaranteed in this game, which is what a unit like her would need. And so that's why she's only a C tier. Oh, you're back. Okay, so far I gave Lua an A and Rose a C in their grading. And I just decided I'm going to go the academic way. So we'll go from F to A's in this now. So actually because of that, I'm going to change it. I won't do S tiers because I know that's like the typical tier listing thing. But I'm going to do like a school grading. And Lua will be bumped down to a B. And then Rose is gets a D grade. Alright, Sahel. I didn't get to use her, So the characters like her are hard to evaluate. But what I gather is I think she would have been a good unit if I had gotten her early. And it's one of those things that, like, do the weird recruitment requirements, do they affect how I grade a unit? And that's
Question.
an interesting question to ponder, because should we hold that against her?
Almost had it.
Should I hold that against her, that recruiting her, we had to look it up online. So do I hold that against Sahel, and how good, like, does that make her a bad unit? I mean, by transitive properties, all 3 of the Ethracian defectors are all bad because of that. But if I had grinded the game, I probably would have found her eventually. So I think I'm gonna give her a C rank or a C grade, because she has, I think Sahel would have been, she would have been okay in the beginning of the game. I think she would have been pretty useful in, like, for example, fighting the villagers when I had to pick up Rose, for instance. I think Sahel would have been really useful there. But I didn't have her at the time because I never bothered to go looking. So yeah, that's all I can say about Sahel, because I never actually used her. Now, Sarayed is an interesting character, because at first I thought she'd be pretty bad. And the reason why I thought she'd be pretty bad was, one, her attack and defense stats are actually kind of low. If you look at the bases here. So, like, compare with, like, okay, Lua is souped up, so she doesn't count. Rose has decent stats. I think I bumped up Sarayed a little bit, but, like, let's compare Sarayed with, like, Sylphin has high stats. But I mean, Sylphin joined super late. And then Yag has, like, really high stats. So Sarayed at first, and especially when Nethia was still around, Sarayed, her stats weren't, like, super impressive. She had less move than them, so I kind of, like, pulled her back a little bit. Especially when, like, you know, when at the beginning of the game you had Sarayed, Nethiel, Lua, and Sothi. Sothi had a lot of range, so he was okay. Even though he only had 7 move at the time. And then Sarayed has 8 moves, so she's always lagging behind a little bit. But I later found that Sarayed was actually good, because the most important thing in this game is that your characters can hit accurately. Because you only get 6 deployment slots. And so you can't waste a character's action. And so you want to make sure your characters are accurate. And I mean, that's what made Lua really good too, is that Lua was very accurate. I don't think there was ever a time where Lua had accuracy problems. And Sarayed, she surprised me. Because Sarayed, sure, she wasn't the strongest unit, but she was always able to accurately attack people. And it was nice that she could stab through, like, 2 people. And so she was accurate and could hit and could multi-hit, which made her actually pretty good. So I'm actually give her a B grade. I guess I should ask Shiny if he agrees or disagrees with my grading system. Shiny, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so far I have A for Lua.
And makes sense.
A D grade for Rose.
Oh.
I put an ambiguous C for Sahel, because I think that Sahel would have had, like, potential if I got her early. So I gave her a C, and then I'm giving Sarayed a B, because she actually came to impress me with her good accuracy, as well as the Lance's ability to hit 2 people, being pretty reliable ways of, like, doing damage.
Like chipping away at enemies.
Yeah, and so I gave Sarayed a B. Do you agree with my picks so far, for my grading so far for the first 4 we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, next one's gonna be a hoot though.
I mean, we already know. We already know. We
Oh,
already know.
so yeah, What? Is this even up for debate? Like, how's this guy not an A+?
How is this guy not S?
Like, if this was a school paper, he's getting 100%. He's getting 100% of the grade. Because this guy, from start to finish, was a good unit. And when we got the Kanto, and the extra move, and when we got to this part, even before we got to his final ability, he had the follow-up attack early. He had the extra range, which is what I got first. He had the move again. Like, when he got these three things, he was carrying me for basically the rest of the game. And he was my best unit. Like, sure, at the beginning of the game, like, he suffers from, like, oh, Archer's bad, because, oh, melee attacks, I can't do anything. But later in the game, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. He just eliminates targets from very far away, long before they can even get remotely close to him. So I just like, yeah, let's just stack attack on him, and then he was just like one-rounding everything, just clearing out entire rooms before entering the room. Like, this guy just hard carried me, and so he doesn't just get an A+ grade. He gets the token of best unit in the game. Like, yeah, there's no debate there. Like, you cannot change my mind on that opinion. I mean, it's not even opinion. It's just fact that Sophie is like the best character by far in this game. Like, yeah. I mean, we've said it over and over as a joke, but seriously, what the hell were they thinking when they made this guy? What were they thinking? Because he is undeniably unfair to the game. So yeah, A+, best unit in the game. You got anything else to say? Or
No.
shall we sing his praises even more? And then, like, okay, let's look at
7 range, 11 movement. Like, come on, dude.
move again. So technically, up
Move
to,
again.
if you do it right, that's 22 move. And I mean, sure, we stacked him up with the attack gems, but let's be real. He is the guy you would do that for, because why would you not be doing that? Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, because I attack stacked him, he's not as powerful as he could be. But that's more like, that's like a point in his favor of saying, why would you not give Sophie all your attack gems? Because he's clearly the best user of them by far. I mean, if I wanted to be even more cheeky, I'd have given all the strength boosters to him instead of Lua. But I found that Lua would have been useful with them. But yeah, Sophie would have easily just been like one-rounding even bosses if I really went out of my way to grind up enough strength boosters, strength potions, strength gems, and just like get Sophie to 100 attack points and just like like one round even bosses. Best character in the game. Moving on.
Anyway, I gotta be right back. So,
Okay, so we got Thama. Now Thama actually was an interesting character because Thama is kind of like physically low damage, but one, she was accurate, so she was useful for the time I was using her. And her stance ability was actually kind of nice to like actually bait out enemies. And she was that good, like she was that unit I needed just before Sophie got broken. I found that Thama was actually really helpful. And her ability to use the stance ability was just so helpful. I was able to pull lots of enemies and then get enemies in position for like Nethiel's Gale Force and stuff like that. And so I found Thama actually to be pretty good. Though of course the problem with Thama was that one, her damage wasn't that great, and two, she actually has really low movement. So you're kind of like, she ends up lagging behind characters quite a bit. And so those are drawbacks that I will use. Now it's funny that I'm gonna give her a B grade, but a low B, so she's like a B- grade. Cause now I guess I have to use like, if I'm using a school grading system, I have to go like the plus and minus as well. Because I don't want to say like she's a C grade because she's not as bad as Rose. Like Rose is bad. Whereas like Thama was okay and was useful for some parts of the game. And so Thama gets like a B minus. And ended up being alright. Alright, Zephyriel. Okay, I'm gonna check out something. Just give me a sec here. I'm gonna because instead of just going through the characters one at a time like this, I want to see if I can actually get like an actual tier list. Because I'm sure maybe someone's made a tier list at this point for this game, so I'm gonna see if there is one. And it'd be easier to see it that way. Yeah, see, one doesn't exist because I guess, you know, this game wasn't a big game anyway, so I mean, I expected as much. Yeah, see, no tier list exists. That's an oof. I mean, this game wasn't a big game anyway, so I didn't expect as much, but... Anyway, let's move on to Zephyriel. And I think he's a bad unit, just from the look of his skills here. Because... his kind of character doesn't really work in a turn-based strategy game. At least that's not how I'm thinking it in my head. Because so when I look at his abilities, Zephyriel here, and his he like goes back and forth between being a healer and then an archer, and he goes back and forth. I kind of think of like those characters like in League of Legends that have an ability that makes them kind of like a shapeshift kind of thing. So you think of like Nidalee from League of Legends, you think of Jace. You think of... I'm trying to think of other... See, I can't even... There's not even that many of them in League of Legends that do this. But... what's that newer character? There's a few of them. But basically, the idea of Zephyriel is that he goes back and forth between a healer and then an archer. But of course, in a turn-based strategy game, you have to use a turn to use your transformation. It's not a simple like click of a key in like League of Legends, for instance, to switch Nidalee between her hunter and her cat form. And so, if you have to waste turns going back and forth like this with Zephyriel, I think that holds him back. And of course, like, you're never... I don't know if you, like... Does the average player have the foresight to know exactly, like, on this turn I'm going to need him to be a healer, so make sure that I turn him to a healer on this particular turn or whatever. And then what happens when you need a healer on emergency? Because if I were to bring him, I'd probably bench Ellis. And so... I find that, like, this concept for a character like this in a turn-based game like this, it's kind of really tough to really utilize. And the fact you have to use a turn to do the, you know, going from healer to archer and archer to healer, and then you have to use a turn to do that, I think takes away from the potential of this character. Because in contrast, you look at Fire Emblem, your healers that become combat units as well, your sages, your Valkyries or whatever, your mage knights, they don't have to spend a turn to go back and forth between healing or using attack magic. Basically what you do is you just have two different sets of weapons. That's how Fire Emblem works. So you carry a staff and you also carry a weapon. And then you just use whichever one on your turn. You don't have to spend a turn to go from healer to damage and then damage to healer. So because of that, I think that really holds Zephyrio back. Once again, I'm going to put him as low as a C grade as well. Maybe even a D grade. Did I give Rose a D grade? Maybe I did give Rose a D grade. But another thing too that's not helping Zephyrio is that he joins pretty late. And so we have to, you know, with a unit like him, we do have to talk about availability. Because everyone else that we've already talked about, availability was more in their favor. But Zephyrio, it's not. You're at Divinus already at this point in the game. You've gone quite a bit of the game's story, and you've almost hit the end of the game by the time you get Zephyrio. So, or well, not the end of the game yet, but you've gotten pretty far. And so, Zephyrio, a unit that would take a lot of figuring out how good he is. I don't know, like I don't think he's a good unit, so I think a low, like a C- is the best I can give him. I don't like this concept of our character unit. Next we have Sylphin. Sylphin's an interesting one, because on paper he actually is kind of a bad unit. And the reason why I say that is because, one, he joins really late. He joins at the end of the Divinus arc, more or less. Now, Sylphin, what Sylphin does have in his favor is that Sylphin does have good abilities, and he does have high stats to go with it. At least he has high attack and defense. But I'm not going to let me getting super lucky that one map I used him cloud my judgment and say like, oh, he's actually decent because he hits hard. But I just got really lucky with, you know, 4 60% hits actually hitting. Because remember, at the beginning of the playthrough, we had Sarah Yed miss with like 89%. And I was surprised that Sylphin was able to hit 4 60% hits 100% of the time. And so that's kind of an anomaly. But without that, you know, me getting that lucky, I think he'd actually be pretty bad. Now, of course, the proper way of using him probably is to have him move into an area and draw enemies, and then he would tank just fine. But once again, Thama does the job just fine with her stance ability, and Thama joins earlier. And I think Sylphin's late join time really does hurt him. Because he does have a decent concept to him as a unit, but because he joins late and Thama's already been doing the same role more efficiently, I think Sylphin's kind of bad too. And so I'm going to give him a C grade, even a C-. I don't know if he's a D tier. I mean, I might have to, if I have to go use D tiers, maybe I'll bump what's his face. Maybe I'll bump Zephyrio to a D list, like a D grade, and then Sylphin would be a low C grade. Because Sylphin is a little better than Zephyrio, but Sylphin is pretty bad himself. So I'm going to say a C- for Sylphin. Eterna. Oh, Eterna. Super good. 4-way dancer that can move again. And move again. Okay, so one of the things that makes Eterna super good is because the ability move again exists. And not just for her, but for characters like Ellis I got to use it with. And of course Sophie, you know, carrying the game and all that. And when they can move again, it's easy to set up like 4-way dances, because then the other two is pretty, like setting 2 people is pretty easy. Like setting up Lua and Nathiel, for instance, and then just putting Sophie and Ellis where they need to be because they can move again.
after doing certain actions. And then it's easy to set up four-way dances. And let's be real, four-way dances in any kind of game like this, like Fire Emblem has the same kind of issue. Where if you utilize a four-way dance, that unit is just the best unit for the part of the game that they're in. Of course, Iana joins so late in the game that we will have to dock off points. I'm not going to be like A+ because Dancer broken. We're not going to do that. I can't give her that high a grade. I will have to dock her down to a B, maybe a B+, because while her four-way dance is so powerful, I have to dock points because of her low availability. She joined really late. Excuse me. I mean, she joined me when I was doing the final dungeon of Fortes. And so, because of that, she only has like those 4 battles really to make it like to be used. Sure, she made an amazing first impression with the fact that she's a dancer that can dance 4 people at once. That's her ultimate, right? Yeah, and of course, like you were allowed to get this as soon as you got her as a unit. And that just made her so good. But her low availability does hurt her quite a bit. So I'm gonna bump her down to like a B+. Because in a vacuum, like Dancer makes game more broken than already is. But low availability will always hurt, so B+ for Iana. Excuse me. Ellis. Oh, I wish I could rate. I wish I could rate Ellis highly, but I can't because I think her low availability really shot her in the foot. Because when you were watching me in like week 1 and week 2 of this game, there were moments where I was like, man, I really need that healer, and Ellis wasn't there to help me out when the traps and stuff like that were hurting me a lot more. You know, late in the game, it really didn't matter as much because, like, oh, Sophie's so powerful, he's just gonna, like, kill most of the room anyway, so even if I did hit a trap, like, no big deal, whatever, right? But in those earlier maps, if I had Ellis, I would have bumped up Ellis to almost an A grade. Because her healing would have been so useful then. But unfortunately, I didn't have Ellis at the early parts of the game where healing was much more needed. And, you know, healing was much more scarce. But when she was around, and when she was... Basically, I just had her, like, designated her as the healer. She was actually doing a good job. Keeping people topped off. And allowing, like... For instance, me having Lua just tank a whole bunch of units and then just have Ellis heal her. So Ellis being the only healer, real good healer anyway, because the other guy is kind of shifty. Ellis being the only real healer gives her like that good relative rating of, oh, she's the only one who can do what she does, and so it makes her really useful, and is more or less a must-have. And because of that, you know, I will bump Ellis to like a B- at least, because her healing is so important. But I kind of wish I had it for more of the game, and so I have to dock points for that. Okay, before we actually talk about any of these other guys, let's talk about Yone, because Yone and Ellis kind of go together. Now, one of the funny things was that the game made this whole deal about how, like, Yone and Ellis they're not real combat units when they're by themselves, but they're, like, super good when they're together. And so, for a while, I entertained that idea. I had both Yone and Ellis kind of travel together and try and make them do stuff. But I found that Yone was really bad, even when she was with Ellis. And of course, yeah, you could, like, double her attack when Yone's next to Ellis, and then of course you can double it again when you get her ultimate, basically. Effectively giving her 4 times attack power. But one, I ran into accuracy problems, which was a oof,
Because one of the weird things was that the support bonuses didn't increase my accuracy. At least I didn't think it did much for Yone and Ellis. Of course, for Ellis it didn't matter. And why I'm allowed to let Ellis keep a B grade, even though Ellis is basically completely useless as a combat unit. And especially more so when Yone is not around. But at least Ellis can do something by herself in a map. She can do stuff. She just heals for me and then moves again. And she can potentially heal for me twice, which is good on its own. She doesn't need Yone to do that. But Yone, on the other hand, I couldn't find that she was useful at all without Ellis. And even with Ellis around, I couldn't find her being good. So Yone is probably the worst character in the game. Because she wasn't that great when she was with Ellis, and oh, God forbid I tried to use her without Ellis and see how bad she would be. So in my mind, Yone is the worst character in the game, and so she gets a failing grade. You get the F, because at least like the other characters, I can see the potential that they could have. Like, for example, going back with Rose and giving Rose like a low C grade, almost a D grade. At least I knew what they were going for and how a character like her should be used. But with Yone, it's like, okay, I'm going to use her the way she was intended to be used. You know, always next to Ellis to give both of them bonuses. And Yone was still bad. Like, that's when you have a fail unit right there. And so, like, Yone gets a solid fail because, like, the worst unit in the game. Like, she was already a terrible unit when you're using her the way you're supposed to use her. And so, like, oh, it'd only be so much worse if I had her by herself. And good thing I never did that, because that would probably be like a lot of suffering for me. So yeah, F grade for Yone. Alright, we got we got a couple more characters to talk about. We got Yakum and Yag here. Now let's talk about Yag, because we did get to use him at the end of the game as Nathiel's replacement. And Yag is not bad. I think I judged him too harshly because I don't like... Oh, excuse me. I don't like the character gimmick of, oh, I want a character at low health in order to make them better. Because of course when you're at low health, you risk getting like killed by the next hit, and I don't like that. So characters like that typically tend to like not be favorable to me, and I don't rate them very highly. But I guess Yag is safe enough to use without using his special abilities, which I know you might think, oh, but then you're losing out on his potential. But I think if he could perform fine without needing to hit his potential, quote unquote, by allowing him to get dangerously low, I think he's actually a decent unit in that case, that he performs just fine without using the rage ability. And so for that, I actually am giving him a C+ grade. And in a funny way, you know, similar to Sarayed, he did come to impress a little bit late, but at least Sarayed had more time to be, you know, collecting some brownie points and being like kind of a decent unit. And of course Sarayed has other really good qualities, whereas like Yag, the problem with him, on top of like, oh, his gimmick is bad, sure, he has good stats as a unit, but at the same time, for the bulk of the game you have Nathiel, and Nathiel is just better than Yag. So, and of course, you know, most of the time Nathiel is force deployed. So Yag was okay, but he's not like a good unit. But at the same time, he makes a better replacement for Nathiel, because of course when you get to the last level, surprisingly, we started the game with the last level. Today's stream with the last level. I found that, like, Yag was probably the better choice for a replacement unit compared to anyone else. Because there was no way in hell I was going to bring Rose because of her inaccuracy. Thama's too slow. Sylphin is also super inaccurate. So who else would you really use? And I mean, I'm not giving Yone another chance because she was just awful. So I was like, okay, we'll bring Yag, and then he ended up doing okay. So I'd give him a C+, because he's not like the same as other C grade units. But at the same time, he's not good enough to be a B grade. So C+ it is for him, I guess. Then we have Yakum. Now the problem with judging Yakum is, one, because we just got him and it's like after the game and never getting to use him. But as I was just talking with Shining, Yakum looks good on paper. He can steal items, which means more crafting materials is what I assume that means. You get more crafting materials with him. And then, of course, his ultimate allows him to attack after stealing, so you get to steal and you attack. And his attack's always a crit, apparently. Which is actually pretty good. And so, on paper, he's good. But, I mean, he joins... I think he joined just as, if not later... I think he joins a little later than... I don't remember when Iana joined us exactly. But... Yakum joins for just as few chapters, but unlike Iana, he's not making 4 units do awesome stuff all over again. So, he doesn't have that going for him. Whereas, that's what bumps Iana up from like, oh, she joined so late in the game, she's bad, but it's like, okay, Dancer's super broken, so we'll bump her up to a B+, right? But, Yakum, that's not the case. That's not the case. Yakum... he's a thief, and what makes thieves good in typical RPGs, like the best thieves and good thieves in general in RPGs, is their early game ability to steal good items early in the game. That's what makes them good. So let's use Fire Emblem as our example. You think of units like Matthew or Cole and Fire Emblem 7 and 8 respectively, and even though they're not good combat units, the fact that they can open your chest early in the game and they can steal quite a few items early in the game, that's what makes them good. But Yakum doesn't have that. He doesn't have, you know, the early game to steal like hopefully good items early in the game. Like, I would see Yakum being like an A tier, or giving him an A grade, if he had joined at the beginning of the game and he was able to steal like whole fire bombs from people at the beginning of the game, and then I could just use the fire bomb more liberally because I could just steal them early in the game. See, if Yakum was able to do that, I would actually bump him to an A tier, because him on paper, that's like his ability to steal and do damage is actually really good. The problem is he joined so late that, and I mean, we're at the end, the late parts of the game, at the end of the game, I found that I didn't even need most of the items I even had. Like, I could have crafted stat increasing items, but I never bothered because I didn't need any of that. And so, the ability to steal late in the game is completely irrelevant. And so, on the one hand, he's super useless because he joined so late and his unit function is useless at the end of the game. But on the other hand, on paper, he seems like a powerful unit. So how do you rate a unit like him? And that's a tough one, because I'm torn up between saying, oh yeah, he's really good because he can steal and do crit damage every time he successfully steals. And apparently the game lets him get multiple chances, which is really powerful. And stuff like that is what makes him good. But his he has the worst availability out of anyone in the game. And you want to put the thieving gimmick on? You want to put a thieving gimmick then It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so I'm gonna give him a C grade, just in the middle there, cause I can't. If I was able to use him more, I might have bumped him up to like a B tier. I don't think he'd be an A tier because of like once again availability is just so bad for him. So with that said, I give him a C grade because on paper he could be really powerful, but his low availability just hurts him so much. All right, so that's basically everyone, I think, because we do have one more unit to talk about. And that is, you know, the funny thing is I could have used this sheet earlier to kind of go over everybody and talk about them. But we have our, you know, our starting member who I can't select because, you know, he's dead and all that, is Nathiel. Now Nathiel, I think Nathiel kind of gave me that bad impression of the game because, like, he was the one that was starting to have accuracy problems early, and I got unlucky with him as opposed to how I got lucky with Sylphin. And so at first I'm like, oh no, Nathiel's gonna fall off. Oh, excuse me. He's gonna fall off and he's gonna become a bad unit, whatever. But, I mean, after fixing a bit of his agility, giving him a little bit of agility gems, and getting his accuracy back up, Nathiel was a good unit. Because Nathiel was a reliable tank for the entirety of the early game. Nathiel could do some pretty good damage, he has good movement. And then of course Nathiel became really good once, you know, his Gale Force ability his Gale Force was put into play. And making good strategies around that made him extremely powerful. And because of that, I think Nathiel could very well be like an A-, because he's around the whole game, and he's actually a really strong unit, and he can actually get multiple attacks. And so, and unlike the move again, his Gale Force quote-unquote ability, it allows him to attack multiple times. And there were a few times where I got to utilize like Nathiel attacking 3 or 4 times in a turn. And that was really fun, and that made him, you know, that was how I salvaged him to be like, oh, he's actually a good unit. I take it back, he's a good unit. As opposed to just falling off and then being like a bit of a, what's that word? A liability. But no, here he was good through the entirety of the game. And especially at the end when that Gale Force ability was activated, I think Nathiel was super good at that point of the game. And so yeah, I don't have much else to say about the characters. So I'll just do a quick review when Shining comes back. I don't know what to do in the meantime. I mean, we could just look at, like, going back on how easy this game was. I guess we'll talk about, like, thoughts on the game. And this game, I mean, this game was not meant to be, like, a big game. And, you know, the story of how I ran into this game was I was looking online, on the Nintendo Switch Online. And I saw this game, it was like 90% off, and it was like for $3. Yeah, and I can see why it would drop that much, because after playing it, I can see why people would not be happy about like spending $30 on a game like this. Because this game is not worth $30. $10 maybe. The game is very wanting, because as we were talking about some of the mechanics of the game, and some of the mechanical flaws of the game, we found that, like, oh, those mechanical flaws are flaws that other games have already dealt with. And of course, the easy example is like, okay, Fire Emblem's obviously dealt with this because they have so many games, especially more recently. So they've already ran into these problems and got around them. Of course, other classic tactical RPGs that I really enjoy, Final Fantasy Tactics being one of them, they've already dealt with these kind of mechanical problems in gameplay. And so because of that, you play a game that, like, Rise Eterna came out just in early 2021, so basically just shy of a year ago, and it runs into mechanical problems that old games have actually figured out way beforehand. It makes the game look really sloppy from a designer, from a game designer standpoint. The game looks really sloppy because of that. And so, for instance, one of the things that, like, an easy thing to kind of show irks about is, for instance, I couldn't look at, like, enemy stats properly, or there wasn't, like, you know, fancy enemy option screens to look at more numbers and whatever. And of course, there were no good attacking forecasts and whatnot. All that seemed kind of janky, and these were things that a lot of games fixed in their tactical RPG, because of course a tactical RPG is all about being able to map out your moves, map out your moves in a very specific way. So, you know, the contrast is, if you watch my Fire Emblem Three Houses videos, give me a sec here. Sorry, someone's like yelling from the stairs and they want something from me. But anyway, I think that's the biggest flaw with this game, is that the mechanics were very poor in comparison to other tactical RPGs, because it would run into problems that older games have already dealt with, and the older games don't have, because they probably would have, like, thought about it already, whereas this game didn't go through that thinking process, and it really holds the game back. And it really makes the game look like it was very poorly designed. So that's the big thing I really wanted to talk about with this game, because that's like the glaring part of this game, and it's like design, its execution, and, you know, things like that are extremely important when you want to make a game and you want it to sell better than it does. I mean, I thought, hey, I could get this game 90% off and only pay $3 for it. Sure, whatever. It'll give me something to start off 2022 with streams with, you know, just to kind of not be too intense and that kind of thing. And, you know, Shiny and I had our laughs in this game, but on the other hand, I don't find, like, a high replayability in this game. I probably won't be playing this game again, because once you get through the story, you really don't want to deal with all the janky parts of the game. See, it's one of those funny things too, and just a little game. I don't know if the creators of this game will ever watch this video. Who knows? Probably not. But I think that's something important that you should always be aware of when you're making a game, is you always have to pay attention to every kind of small mechanic, and those things will always be more important. Because you could have a game with a bad story, but if the game mechanics are good, people will still play it. You know, Fire Emblem Fates is the prime example of that. Everyone makes fun of that game's terrible story, but Fire Emblem Fates has very good mechanics, and it makes a good replayability value to it, that to this day people play Fire Emblem Fates quite a bit. They come back to it because the mechanics were good, and the good mechanics allows the game to be fun, and then, oh, people can have fun playing the game. And then if it has a bad story, you just hit the start button and skip the bad story. But if you don't have the good mechanics, then you're kind of really screwed. And that was why a game like this was kind of doomed to fail. And that's just the way it is. But, you know, to the people that made this game, I hope you learned a lot more about game design. And hopefully my little bit of critique can help you a bit with how you make more games in the future. Other things to talk about with this game. Its story, straightforward. MacGuffins do MacGuffin things. The slaying of a bunch of villagers part was a little like... It's really sketch on how the story plays out. And I think the other problem... I mean, to be fair, this game's like really short. But the game doesn't really do this whole thing where like, oh, how does the collapse of the Thracians really happen? Does like, are the Thracians so bad that once their couple of high commanders are dead, that's it? That it just takes a small band of a ragtag band of fighters to like take out their entire army? I thought Ars Raid like took over. Sorry, I thought the Thracians took over Ars Raid like years ago, and then you run into plot holes like Nathiel was one of the few characters alive before, and would have known of the life before the Thracians because it's implied that Lou is quite a bit younger, and she might have been born after. And of course, you know, being born after makes her easy to use for their super soldier project. That's basically what it is at this point. So there were weird plot holes like that too in the game, and I found that a little bit jarring. In the game's story. So the game's story had like typical MacGuffin stuff, which whatever, that part I'm not opposed to. I mean, I did a whole podcast yesterday on why, like, you know, Japanese manga use the same old introverted boy meets extroverted girl story over and over. And yet, in Japan, they never get tired of it. So, in the same way, I'm not going to say, like, oh, MacGuffin story automatically bad because it's been done before. Like, I'm not going to say that. I would never say that. But at the same time, I think the execution of MacGuffin's story was not done very well because certain things just didn't make sense in the story. And I'm gonna I'm gonna be back in a couple minutes. Hopefully, Shining will be back. My dad wants something quick, so I'll grab it. Hopefully, Shining will be back in a couple minutes, and then we'll actually talk about the flaws of the story together. So just give us a minute. Shut this off for a second. I'm back already. I don't know if Shining's back, but I'll just keep talking about like other moments in the story. So one of the things that the story tried to present but didn't do it very well was how the villagers were so cooperative with this whole like the role of the five sisters. And this brings up so many questions. Like, did the villagers know about this whole super soldier project thing going down? And was like they would have to have on the one hand they would have to have known, because why else would they like give their lives the way they did and, you know, allow themselves, you know, a bunch of poor untrained farmers and villagers and to give their lives for people like Rose and Thama and the rest of them.
Which it's so weird. It was such a weird part of the game's story, and I really don't know how to like process that. It's so jarring and weird that the game would do that. And so that part was just so strange to me. And then of course, like, Steven, after telling like, oh, you just gotta go to Divinus and find out your true purpose, and then like he's kind of written out of this plot, nothing ever comes of like, oh, we find out we're super soldiers, like we're created to be special weapons against the Thracians, okay? And then nothing really comes out of that. I mean, I guess maybe, like, that's how a bunch of, like, a little band of fighters like this can take on the Thracian army. Because, like, oh yeah, we embrace we're super soldiers and just go Captain America on them or whatever. But it like, the story doesn't execute that very well. You're just kind of like, okay, I guess that's, like, I'm just grasping at straws here and assuming that's what went down. Because I have to assume that's how it went down. How else would it have gone down, right? I have to just assume that. But of course, that's kind of poor storytelling if you have to make your audience assume that much. Like, there's a healthy amount of making people assume stuff versus, like, me making these leaps of logic in order to have your story maintain its cohesiveness. That's not good storytelling. But once again, that, I mean, it kind of falls with, like, the weak game mechanic. The game's weak mechanics. And so it really hurts the game like that when you run into that kind of problem. So yeah, it's not much else to really say. I mean, one of the things, I mean, Shiny and I had fun. As, you know, we had to find ways of making fun. And, you know, the voice acting thing, you know, you just gotta put up with our shitty voice acting. Look, Shining and I are not voice actors, okay? Like, I try. And that little theater kid in me likes to do that, but at the same time, I know I'm not good at it. I think the animation... The animation was alright. I wonder though, can I... A code? You can put a code in this game? There must be some kind of other exploits, but I have no idea what they are. Okay, I just want to see something. Oh. Never mind, I don't want to see... Okay. Is there no gallery? I can't check, like, a gallery of, like, the artwork? Because some of the artwork was actually not bad in this game. But I can't see it either, so... That's kind of an oof, actually. Some of the artwork was actually pretty good in this game, but you didn't get to look at them all that long. And I think one of the problems, too, was that the game's auto-scroll was way too fast. Like, there was that part when I was trying to narrate the ending bits of the game, but it went so fast, and especially when I caught that there was bad grammar. Like, someone didn't proofread the epilogue of this game, and I was just like, huh? And so that just, like... And I think that kind of sums up the problem of this game, right? Everything is so... unapologetically just kind of rushed. Not just rushed. That's not... Like, saying rush is an insult to people who rush work. But it was just kind of, like, so hastily done. Just, like, plop something out there and then, like, okay, here's our game. And that's one of the things, too, where, like, that's probably why another reason this game probably like did so poorly. People would not spend $30 for a game like this. No way. And so, hopefully the makers of this game, they learn from their mistakes here, and if they make more games, they really know how to do a better job and be much more attentive to detail. So if I were to give this game a rating out of 10, I would rate this game a 5 out of 10. So it goes in the middle. Now it's not bad, even though I've like made quite a few criticisms, the game is not a horrible game. It's not terrible. So I'll give it a 5. But I'm not gonna say it's a good game by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a good game either. It's not a bad game. Like, there are games way worse. Like, even on a mechanical level, which I've already criticized this game mechanically. This game has some of those flaws, but at the same time, it's not like horribly, horribly bad. The game's not unplayable. Because that's where you start going to like the 3-2-1s. That's when the game's like unplayable. It's so bad. But here it's like, it's bad. But it's not so, like, once again, I can't even say it's bad. That's not even accurate of saying like this game is bad. I think my impression of thinking it's kind of bad is the expectation of people actually paying $30 for this game, where it's not a $30 game. I mean, Cat Quest knows how to laugh at itself. Now there's a fun game, right? Cat Quest, but Cat Quest only charges you like $20 for the game. Canadian, of course. That's another thing I have to, when I talk about currency. But and maybe because I only paid $3 for this game, I can be more forgiving. But I'll rate it a 5 out of 10 because it's not like a bad game. It's not like, oh god, I can't stand this game. Oh god, like this is terrible. I wouldn't think about that with this game. On the other hand, this game is not a good game. It just isn't. And mainly, and a big part of that is because I've played so many better games. Until you come to something like this, you're like, oh, that's all you got? And so, that's just how it is. You get a 5 out of 10. Of course, the nice thing I will say about it is that it was a nice way to start 2022. And you know, we just hit the beginning of February. Oh, hello, cat. We just hit the beginning of February now, so now we can get into real gaming on the channel. And I think this game it was nice enough to play. It was simple enough to play. That, yeah, we can just start 2022 easy. And this game allows us to do that. So I will thank you for that much. And I don't know where Shining went. He's probably busy. I would ask him for some closing words, but I'm not going to sit here and wait like another half an hour for that. But I hope my closing words is enough. And to be fair, it was kind of awkward that we kind of finished the game at the beginning of the stream, and now we just have like 2 hours of filler. Oof! That's going to bring down the channel a little bit. But I mean, that's one of the problems of this game too. But in the grand scheme of things, and the TLDR is not the worst game I've played, but it's not a particularly good game either. So it was just a way to kill time as we started off 2022. And I mean, it did the job of doing that. So I'm not gonna hate the game for it. You know, I'm not gonna hate the game. It served its purpose. And that purpose was to kind of start off 2022 nice and easy. But with that said, this is the end of Rise Eterna. This is more or less the end of the stream. We'll see what we do for next Wednesday, as we will continue game streams on Wednesdays, even though I don't have anything particular to play, because I thought I would be playing something longer. But And we still have another like 2 months almost before Triangle Strategies comes out, which I'm definitely looking forward to. So that's gonna be a hoot. So we'll find out what we play for the next the next 2 months basically, as we wait for Triangle Strategies. We'll see what we end up doing. Because I don't want to start like a big project, because you know Triangle Strategies is going to be the big project. But we'll see what we do next Wednesday. Shining will come back for those two. And, of course, at that point, we're just us kind of laughing at dumb crap and joking around and whatnot. So, keep your eyes peeled for next Wednesday. We'll see, depending on what I play. And, you know, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Don't forget to check me out on Discord. My personal one is in the description. And I'll probably post something as I get ideas of what I'm going to do for next week. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to do a longer stream from like 2 to 5:30. Or something shorter, like only from 3 to 5:30. We'll see. Because I don't know how that's going to go down. Because I don't know what I'm going to play next week. But we'll see. As far as the rest of this week is concerned, tomorrow we have Throwback Thursday with Heroes of Might and Magic 2. And then this Friday we will be reading Luke 9 and 10. We'll try and read 2 chapters this week, because I know last Friday we only read chapter 8. We'll try and read 2 chapters. That's my goal, but if I only end up reading 1 chapter, it's just kind of how it is. But of course at the same time, I also enjoy being able to talk about theology on those Bible study reads, but at the same time, that's also what Monday's for as well. So I'll try and be better about that on Friday, but basically Friday we'll be reading Luke 9 and 10. And that's going to be how this week is going to look. Anyway, with that said, this is going to be the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed Rise Eterna with Shining and me. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for Throwback Thursday. You guys have a great evening. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you.